This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Some public education advocates are concerned about the recent actions of a Manatee County charter school.
Governor Scott recently signed a bill that sends a larger portion of state dollars to charter schools. Now, one of those schools, the Manatee School for the Arts, is trying to convince public school teachers to jump on this bandwagon. ABC7's Adam Cellini is joining us live from Bradenton with more on a recent letter that was sent to some local teachers. Adam.
Yeah, Scott and Haley, the relationship between public school teachers and the school board here in this building has gone backwards a little bit since recent contract negotiations, but a local charter school, the Manatee School of the Arts, is trying to go forward, filling vacant and expansion positions at their school. They sent recruiting letters to teachers from the state database who ranked the highest in certain math categories, and it included several teachers right here in Manatee County. Manatee Education Association President Pat Barber was worried about losing some of her best and brightest teachers before a local charter school started targeting them.
I'm always concerned about teachers who decide to change jobs.
She says recent contract negotiations with the district left public school teachers in Manatee County with the same low salaries and higher health insurance costs. Those with tenure will likely stay, but the teachers hired after 2010 can be easily persuaded.
Different districts have different performance pay plans, so teachers could check out those performance pay plans and actually go to the highest bidder.
Recently, the Manatee School of the Arts sent out a wave of letters to public school teachers in Manatee and surrounding counties, showing them how much they could earn if they make the switch.
We hope that, at least comparison to some others, we have a better pay scale, than other school districts do. We're not bound by contracts in unions like the districts are.
Governor Scott recently signed a controversial education bill that would require school districts share capital dollars with charter schools. However, MSA's assistant principal Terry Devine says that's not why they sent the letters.
We've been recruiting like this for years. We were always on the lookout for the best teachers in the state of Florida, throughout the country.
Devine says it's like any business looking for the best employees, but Barber says that's not how education should be handled.
Education is not a business. It's an investment in the future, and if we don't make that investment, then our future looks very bleak.
And Barber is hoping that teachers considering a jump to charter schools will consider more than just salary, things like health care benefits and retirement plans that are required with any district job. Live in Bradenton, I'm Adam Cellini. Scott and Haley, back to you.
All right, Adam, thank you. The union representing Sarasota County teachers is up in arms tonight after an anonymous survey used to rate their workplace was altered by the school district. For the first time in more than a decade, the survey comments section was removed on the order of the new superintendent, Todd Bowden. The 29-question survey aims to gather information about the schools and teachers' work environment. After the survey is conducted, the results should lead to discussions on how to improve certain issues. But the decision to eliminate the comments section was made without telling teachers and has many of them not even filling out the survey now, saying their time would be wasted if they could not anonymously make comments about their workplace. But Superintendent Bowden and the school board are defending the decision, saying the comments section does not add any value.
It's a chance for the employees to really have their input heard. And that's why this whole thing about them being anonymous, well, of course they have to be anonymous. I mean, who else is going to put themselves in harm's way like that? This was the only opportunity for the employees and the parents, but we don't represent the parents, but to really have their opinions heard.
In response to the issue, the union conducted its own anonymous survey and included a comments section which has been made public.
Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies arrest a Venice man for possessing child pornography after searching his home. Deputies say they tracked an IP address that was used to download files of child porn to a home on Pine Tree Road. Detectives say they searched the home and did a forensic scan on Mario Guerrero's computer and discovered 3 images of child porn. Guerrero was arrested on Friday.
Sarasota County Sheriff's Office releasing more pictures of a man they believe robbed a convenience store in Nokomis early Sunday morning. Deputies say the man walked into the racetrack on North Tamiami Trail just after midnight. He asked the clerk for a pack of cigarettes, and when the clerk turned around, the suspect pulled out a gun and demanded cash. The clerk gave the man some money and he left. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers in Sarasota County at 366-TIPS.
A $7,200 reward is now being offered in a case involving the deaths of 2 gopher tortoises. On June 8th, some children found 2 gopher tortoises that were apparently beaten along a bicycle path in Lakewood Ranch. According to the Center for Biological Diversity, both tortoises died because of the attack. Several groups, including the FWC and residents, have pitched in for a reward for information leading to an arrest or fine in the case. Florida law prohibits anyone from killing or wounding gopher tortoises, which are threatened.
All right, let's get another check on our weather. A few scattered showers around this afternoon,
cloudy.
but not a lot. But here's Bob with more details.
That's right. Pretty much a nice day today. Partly cloudy skies, a few showers, and not a lot like we normally see this time of year. And that's associated with a frontal boundary, which is over north central Florida right now. So it's disrupting our typical afternoon and evening storm pattern. It'll be back, though, as early as Wednesday. 84 degrees right now. The heat index, not all that much of a factor. At 91, the dew point 74. And winds are out of the north at 12. That's a rain-aided wind now out of the north from a storm that was around the airport just about, a half hour ago or so. We had some big storms over northeast Manatee County. Those have since faded, so it gives you a little idea. There's not a lot going on, but there's a chance for a few isolated showers and storms through the evening due to the outflow from these previous storms that were around. And you can see right now, not much rain at all over Bayshore Gardens, where it had been fairly heavy just about an hour ago. There's the airport looking just clouds right now, but some showers around there earlier. And this storm near Port Charlotte actually just producing just 1 lightning strike in the last 5 minutes or so. And with that frontal boundary to the north, we're not anticipating much rainfall tonight. There's another one that just popped up into central Sarasota County. So the forecast through this evening, 20% chance for a few evening showers, otherwise partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the mid-70s. We'll have more on the rest of the week's forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Republicans are trying to rally support for their measure to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. President Trump says he is cautiously optimistic that the Senate will pass the bill this week before a congressional recess. But as ABC's Maggie Rulli tells us, there are still plenty of hurdles.
Senate Republicans are out with an updated version of their plan to repeal and replace Obamacare. They hope to win over both conservative and moderate Republicans in time for a vote on the bill planned for this week. President Trump is working the phones.
He made several calls to multiple senators to hear their concerns and get their ideas.
Democrats are united in their opposition.
We've got to stop this bill before it does damage to our health care.
And just today, the American Medical Association denounced the new bill, saying it doesn't live up to the medical standard of first do no harm, warning that with the Senate bill, the insurance of millions is under threat, especially the elderly in nursing homes and people with disabilities who rely heavily on Medicaid. The Senate bill is projected to slash spending on Medicaid by $800 billion.
Over a 10-year period, Medicaid funding will be significantly curtailed.
But the White House says don't call these cuts.
We don't see them as cuts. It's slowing the rate of growth in the future and getting Medicaid back to where it was.
And insists the new bill will lower insurance premiums. Republicans are now working overtime to get their party on board. They can only afford to lose 2 votes, and already at least 5 have said they cannot vote for the bill as is. We're still waiting on exact numbers from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, but the CBO projected that 23 million people would lose insurance under the similar House version of the bill. Despite calls from both sides of the aisle to postpone the vote, the Senate Majority Leader still plans to hold a vote on this bill before the end of the week. That's when senators leave for July 4th recess. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Over the last decade, citrus greening has devastated Florida's most recognizable crop to a point where it's affecting more than just growers. Packing houses responsible for shipping these fruits to grocery stores and other vendors are closing at an alarming rate across the state, down to 26 this past season compared to 40 in 2014. The $8 million set aside for citrus research in this year's state budget is part of more than $200 million Florida and the federal government has designated to the problem. But Dean Mixon, who runs Manatee County's only remaining packing house, says it's time to start seeing some results.
There's been a lot of money allocated to go into research, but none of it has trickled down to the grower.
A few years back, we had maybe 150, 160 different potential programs that we were looking into. Those numbers are narrowing.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, lawmakers and a member of the University of Florida Agricultural Extension offices explain why they're optimistic for the future of citrus in Florida.
An update now on a popular spot in Venice that was damaged by a lightning strike. Crews have started re-roofing the Venice Community Center. A small section of the south parking lot will be barricaded off for the next 6 to 8 weeks, but the building will remain open. In early June, lightning struck 2 trees next to the center, and that caused significant damage.
The power of lightning on display.
Right, and just, you know, Bob always talks about that. It doesn't take a hurricane or a tropical
Yeah.
storm to cause damage, and some of these things you have to be careful.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, thousands of complaints about beauty products.
Why some researchers say something needs to be done to address the cosmetic concerns. Straight ahead.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Rip it up again. Give me one chance, I'm gonna make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance, I'm gonna take it.
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
It does things that seem impossible. Feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Could your cosmetics pose a threat to your health? The answer may surprise you. ABC's Emily Rao takes a look at the products with the most complaints.
From hair conditioner to toothpaste to lip balm, they are products we use every day for personal hygiene and for our appearance. What may surprise you? These products are sometimes linked to adverse effects like skin irritation or hair loss. How often these events occur has been a mystery, which is why researchers at Northwestern University wanted to look into how often the users of these products and their doctors logged adverse event reports with the FDA. Looking at data from 2004 to 2016, they found a total of more than 5,100 such reports, an average of nearly 400 per year. Hair care products, a primary culprit, and the rate of these reports on the rise, more than doubling between 2015 and 2016. While there is no proof that all of the adverse events were a direct result of exposure to cosmetics, the report suggests that more oversight may be needed when it comes to those bottles in your beauty kit. With this Medical Minute, I'm Emily Rao.
And now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. Traffic is backed up on US 41 at, oh, well, first we're going to go to Bob.
No, I'm just backed up on US 41. That's right. I-75 smoothly right now, except near Fruitville and University usually, right? A little back up there sometimes. We'll see how that goes. Viewer photos of Venice this morning. Colleen Roop sending this photo in. We don't normally get morning shots, but this one coming in just after 12:30 this afternoon. So figured I'd give it a shot. And you see a few clouds around this morning, too. We had a few coastal showers as a result of a frontal boundary. Van Way's webcam now showing interesting cloud formations at times, some cumulus clouds and some upper to mid-level clouds moving on in from the Gulf of Mexico. We do have this weak front. Now, it's a cold front. There's not much cold air behind it, but it's just enough of a wind shift change to bring a little bit more activity to our north, and you can see that quite clearly over northeast Florida. The front fades on Tuesday, but it'll be close enough to us to give us a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day. A return of afternoon storms on Wednesday. That means a more wide spread shower and thunderstorm activity. Lightning, a real big factor. You heard the story earlier, the power of lightning. And July 4th weekend, typically the most active in terms of injuries and deaths across the United States, because a lot of folks will be outdoors and there will be storms around. So keep that in mind. If you hear the thunder roar, get indoors. Tropic's quiet for now, but indications are from the European model that we may be seeing dawn form out there in the East Atlantic, which is a little too early for that activity to get going. So we'll see how it plays out. But right now, that frontal boundary stretches all the way from off in the Atlantic across north central Florida. Now that's where the activity a little bit more intense near Jacksonville, near Gainesville, spreading off toward Daytona. Even in Orlando, they had some pretty big cells earlier. But now, for us, we have one or two lone showers popping up here and there. And that's what we're going to see this evening. One or two lone showers here and there across the Suncoast. And most areas will be staying dry. You can see that activity right there in east portions of Sarasota County and also down near Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda. One lone shower along I-75, creating some little slippery conditions along I-75 and near Clark Road and State Road 72 to the south thereof. There's a shower. Not much going on right near the coast. But you see this outflow boundary from these storms that were earlier around a rather large area of heavy rainfall there in northeast portions of Manatee, and then that boundary coming down and then creating a little bit more activity you see inland as opposed to near the coast. Currently, we do have 84 degrees and 91 on the feels like temperature. Not too bad. Some clouds around. The high today was right at the average. The low a little bit above it, and 97 the record. And no rain, actually 1/100th of an inch of rainfall, reported at the Sarasota Bradian Airport. Winds will be rather light tonight out of the northwest tomorrow. That's indicative of this front coming down. Our winds will switch around a little bit more to the north and northwest. Temperatures currently upper 80s across the panhandle of Florida, and right now 84 in Sarasota, 89 in Inglewood, and the Gulf water temperature now at 88 degrees, and Arcadia at 90, 83 in Sebring. The RPM forecast model does call for a few isolated showers this evening, but all in all, fairly quiet throughout most of the overnight, and then we will see a return to those afternoon and evening storms beginning on Wednesday. For boaters tomorrow, light chop out there, not much going on. Seas basically 2 feet or less, and that forecast is going to continue. The boating forecast will continue to be around 2 feet or less right through the weekend, so that's good news for the big races. Low tide at 10:41, a high tide will be at 5:12, sunset at 8:29. Tonight, partly cloudy, a 20% chance for a storm, 76, and then tomorrow, partly cloudy, hot and humid, 40% chance for scattered storms, and southwest winds at 5 to 10. The rain chance is going up, as I mentioned. Back to those afternoon and evening variety, more numerous in the afternoon and evening. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. Traffic is backed up on US 41. This is at Bee Ridge Road in both the north and southbound lanes. And remember, when there is a bad crash or a traffic issue on the Suncoast, you can find out about it instantly. All you have to do is download our My Suncoast app. You will get traffic alerts, important news updates, and weather forecasts delivered directly to your phone.
The company at the heart of one of the worst auto safety scandals in history files for bankruptcy. Japanese airbag maker Takata Corporation says it had to file for bankruptcy protection in Tokyo and the United States so it can continue to supply replacement parts for the faulty airbags. Inflators on those airbags can blast shrapnel into drivers and passengers. They have resulted in the recall of tens of millions of vehicles and been linked to 11 deaths in the United States and several others elsewhere. Due to mounting debt over the crisis, Takata is also selling off most of its business to a U.S.-based rival.
Amazon may be getting closer to launching drone deliveries. Amazon filed a patent for 2 towers back in 2015. The towers look like a beehive and a soda can, but Amazon says they would actually use them as so-called fulfillment centers for drones to take off and land. The towers would also accept truck deliveries and allow customers to pick up their items. But it's still unclear if these towers will actually become reality. They look like the future, that's for sure.
That's what I was thinking. Like, you think it's a way off, but it's closer than we think.
Very close.
Yeah.
Yep.
Entertainment news is next.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
one.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Keep up with your investments and market trends by watching the ABC7 Stock Report. Get a recap of all the day's stock market activity. Be sure to watch your Suncoast News at 6 for the ABC7 Stock Report, sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
Because my parents told me I have to be responsible. Because my first coach told me, you can do this.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because my teacher helped me see the choices.
I'm swimming faster than I ever dreamed.
I am a valuable employee.
I discovered that I could work as an artist.
I will be whatever I want to be.
Youth with disabilities should grow up expecting to work and succeed. For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
A Spanish judge is ordering the remains of artist Salvador Dali be exhumed following a paternity suit.
Dali, considered one of the fathers of surrealist art, died in 1989 and is buried in his museum in the northeastern town of Figueres. The woman behind the suit, Pilar Abel, is a tarot card reader from a nearby city. Abel says she's the offspring of an affair between Dali and her mother. A Madrid court statement says that DNA tests are necessary to make a genetic comparison, and if there is a match, the woman could pursue further action to use Dali's name or claim part of his estate.
Dancing with the Stars co-host Erin Andrews is now a married woman. She tied the knot with former NHL player Jarrett Stoll. The wedding took place this weekend in Montana in front of a small group of family and friends. The couple had been dating since 2012. Transformers: The Last Knight had the lowest debut of any of the movies in the Transformers franchise. The action film opened over the weekend and brought in an estimated $45 million. Cars 3 tied for second place with Wonder Woman. Both of those films earned an estimated $25 million.
Happy 20th birthday, Harry Potter. It was June 26, 1997, when Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone hit bookshelves. And the rest is history. More than 450 million copies of author J.K. Rowling's series of novels have been sold, and the Harry Potter movies have brought in more than $2 billion. Not bad for an author who almost gave up after getting rejected by countless publishers.
Nintendo is bringing back the 90s with a reboot of its classic Super Nintendo console. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition has the same look and feel as the original, but it is much smaller. It includes 21 built-in games such as Super Mario World and never-before-released Star Fox 2. The mini console hits stores this September.
Star Fox 2?
Star Fox 2.
I don't know.
I don't either. Yeah. Sorry. But I think it's all this retro stuff is like really hot right now. Yeah. They're just bringing back all the old products and making you feel nostalgic. So now you get it again.
Back to your youth.
Yep.
We'll be right back with more news.